Good morning, fish fans. This is Captain Mark Hollywood Johnson here at Angler House Marina with the boys from saltstrong.com, and today we're going to cover the proper way to secure your boat to the dock for an extended amount of time. So when I say extended amount of time, it can be anything from tying up at your local restaurant or tying it up at a dock overnight. And the biggest mistake that boaters make is that they tie their boat too tight. So a couple things that you must take into consideration when you tie your boat up. One is how much tide swing you're gonna have. Is the tide going up or is the tide coming down? Because that plays a big part on how tight you wanna tie your boat to the dock. Biggest mistake people make is they tie their boat too tight. You come in from a day of fishing, you wanna roll up to the restaurant, have a couple coldies, you wanna eat some lunch. You come up to the dock and your wife or your better half or your boy or somebody comes and they love to tie this on so tight that there's no movement in that boat, okay? So now you're up at the bar, you're having a great time in the restaurant, you come back in 2 hours and the tide has dropped a foot, and now this rope is extremely tight. Maybe your boat is sideways in the water. Maybe you pulled the cleat off your boat. Maybe you pulled the cleat off the dock. Things go wrong when your boat is tied too tight. The same can be said if it's tied too loose. So if you're coming in from the same day of fishing and the tide is on the rise, okay, tie your boat a little tight. Know that in 2 hours the water is going to be, call it 6 inches deeper than when you got there. All right, so then you would come in. You tie your boat with that figure 8, give it a little bit of play, not too much, but just enough to where you can see it move. That way, if you are gone for 2 hours at the restaurant and you come back and your boats come up 6, 8 inches, even a foot, you don't want to ever come back and find your boat with way too much slack, because all this can let your boat drift out. It can also let your boat get caught up under a dock. It can create more problems than it's worth. So knowing your tide level is the biggest part on securing your boat to the dock effectively and safely. So once again, when you come into the dock, know that your tide is either going up or down, and you tie your boat accordingly. If your tide is going down and you know it's going to go down at least a foot, do not tie your boat tight. Make sure you leave a good foot and change. Same thing as if you come in and you are on the low end of the tide and you know it's coming up, then you can get away with tying it tighter, because that way as the tide comes up, your boat will still be secured and you won't find yourself with way too much slack. For any other questions on how to tie your boat up for an extended amount of time, you can always find us on saltstrong.com. You can always find Hollywood on FloridaKeysFunFishing.com as well.
Hey there, it's Joe Simons, one of the co-founders here at Salt Strong. Have you claimed your free pack of these irresistible slam shady paddle tail lures? If not, click down below to grab yours. If you're an inshore saltwater angler and you want to catch more redfish, more speckled trout, more snook, more flounder, then you have to check out these lures. We got one pack for free for every angler that wants them. Click down below now to grab yours.